So let's go and crochet this market bag. You can make it as long as you want, and for this project you are going to need a 4.5 crochet millimeter hook and any yarn you have from leftovers. I just needed one piece of yarn, one ball of yarn, which is a I don't know how it's called, Stanley. It's an eco yarn, and it's multicolored, and we are starting this bag from the bottom, and I made a round bottom. Other tote bags have an oval bottom. I prefer this one. And after this I'm just working a pattern repeat of double crochets, chain 3, double crochet. It's a very simple repeat, and it gives this net pattern to the bag, which makes it very practical, and as old bag markets were, this bag is getting the shape of whatever we put in. Let's go and crochet the bag. So to start the bag, we will begin from the bottom, which is a round piece. So you can either choose to make a magic ring, or you can chain 4 and join in first chain. I will hold my yarn like this. The tail hangs here at the front piece of my hand, and I will turn it this way so it crosses here, and I insert and take this crossed piece of yarn, and then I just hold my ring and chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. I used to pull this tail so the ring is getting smaller, and so you can work easier, and work 11 double crochets in the ring. Here, as we work, we see this is a double yarn. The one part of the yarn of the ring is standing at the bottom, and here we are working having 2 strands of yarn. At this point you should pull again so that the ring closes, and find 1, 2, 3, the third chain of initial chain 3, insert your hook there and slip stitch, pull through the loop and through the loop on your hook, so you have joined. You can either choose to hold to pull so this small hole closes, or do it later. And chain 3. In the second round we are going to double these stitches, so we will work 2 double crochets in each stitch around, and we will have 24. So the second double crochet is made at the same loop where we joined, and in next stitch 1 and 1 more. So I have 22 till now, and I will work in last stitch 2 final double crochets, so I have 24 in this on the second round, and I will count 1, 2, 3, insert my hook in third chain and join with a slip stitch. Second row finished. We're going to continue making rounds, and we will always chain 3 at the beginning of the round, and in on this round we are going to work one double crochet, and in next stitch 2 double crochets. So this is our increase repeat. It's a 3 stitches repeat, let's say. In next stitch 1 double crochet, and in next stitch 2. This pair is our repeat. And in next round 3 double crochets and a double. And a tip you should know is that when you end every round, the right thing to do is to work in last stitch a double crochet, an increase. So you will know you made the right number of stitches when you have reached at the end, and you have made all double crochets you need, and on this last stitch you will work an increase, 2 double crochets together in this last stitch. I will see you at the end of the round. End of row 3, and I have 2 stitches left. I will work 1 double crochet at next stitch and 2 double crochets at last stitch, and insert my hook in third chain of initial chain 3 and join. At this point I want to tell you that if you would like to crochet in spiral, then you should not join, and when you are at second row you are going to, no, at first row, and you are ready to work the second row, you are going to just finish your last double crochet, then yarn over and work at the third chain in the same chain where we join. You are going to start working your first double crochet and then double crochet in each stitch, and you should put a marker here at this first chain so that you have that you always know how many stitches you have and in which round you are. I will continue working joining and starting with a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, my row number 4. I will work in next stitch a double crochet, so I have 2 double crochets including the chain 3, and in the third stitch, in next stitch, sorry, 2 double crochet, and this is my repeat for this row. I mean double crochet next, double crochet next, 2 double crochets in next. It's a 3 stitches, let's say, repeat. Double crochet here, double crochet here, and 2 double crochets in next stitch. So we have 4. I used to count 1, 2, 3, 4. I say this little song, and I will end this round having 12 stitches added. I will see you at the end of the round. End of row 4. I will join and I am going to work row number 5, chain 3, work in next stitch a double crochet, and in next stitch a double crochet again. So we have 3 double crochets, 1 at each stitch, and 2 double crochets in next. So in every row gradually we increase the number of let's say single double crochets. and we make 12 stitches more in every round. In first round we have 12. In second round we made it double, so we have 24. And apart from row 3, we increase this way, and we have 12 stitches added. So at row 3 we have 36. At row 4 we have 48 stitches, and we're going to continue this way, making 3 and a double. In next round 4 and a double, 5 and a double, and we will reach to make a bottom as wide as we want it. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows with increases, and in my last row I have 120 double crochets, and apart from this part I made no increase. So let's say we have finished our bottom, and this is my last row. Let's say this was my last increase row, and I have the stitches I want and the width I want. I will continue making no increases now, and just working a double crochet in every stitch of the round, inserting my hook in back loops just to make a ridge. But this is not at all necessary to do. If you find it difficult, don't do this. Just work another 2 rows of double crochets, just to have a base here at our bag. And I just didn't want to begin this net, let's say this holes pattern, from the down point, this bottom point. I wanted it to start a little bit higher. So to insert your hook in back loops, it's very easy. Insert in the upper part of the loop your hook, and work a normal double crochet. Hold it like this, it's much easier, and this, as you can see, creates this beautiful ridge, and it is like it separates it from the bottom. And I did this for 2 rows, and I will start after this row my holes, let's say, pattern. I will see you at the end of these rounds. Our pattern is this: chain 3, which counts as 1 double crochet, and then chain 3, which is a chain 3 space, and we skip 1, 2, 3 stitches from the bottom and work a double crochet in next stitch. So we create this block hole. Again chain 3, skip 3 stitches, and in 4th stitch work a double crochet. This is all what we repeat. We chain 3, we skip 3, and work a double crochet in 4th chain. So we create big holes, which is a very nice pattern for this market bag. 1, 2, 3, and in 4th chain. I will tell you in the comments below, or I write down what you should do with the different number of stitches, if you have other number of stitches, smaller or bigger bottom of bag. Sorry, what I did. I chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 3, and work a double crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So I keep going till the end, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, just a moment. Okay, I will see you at the end of the round. Now at the end of the round you may have 3, as the right thing is to have left here, or you may have 4. If you have 4, it's not a big problem. If you have 5, you should divide this and make a double crochet in between. Now I have to join. I skip 3 stitches from the bottom, or 4 if I have left. I chain 3. I will not chain more because it will not be right to have different spaces. And then here is my initial chain, which is a chain 6. I will count 1 2 3, find the third chain, and here I will make a slip stitch and join these 2 parts. And my pattern is to have here in the spaces double crochets. So to reach that point, I will work a slip stitch here and a slip stitch in second stitch of the space, a slip stitch in first stitch, and a slip stitch in second, which is the middle stitch of the chain 3 space. Oh my god. And now I'm ready to start here while I am in the middle of this block. You can see I will chain 3, which I will chain 6, but I just explained that I chain 3, which is a double crochet, and then I chain another 3, which is my chain 3 space. And from now on it's very easy. I will double crochet in the space, in this big space. Don't worry, double crochets are going to find their space and be okay. Stand, I mean they will stand at the middle of this distance, even if we don't insert our hook in some particular loop, but just in space. So chain 3, yarn over, don't crochet too loosely, so the double crochet is going to stand at its place. And we do this row we repeat until desired length, let's say 1 2 3, and in the space a double crochet, again 1 2 3. The only peculiar a little bit thing is how we join and how we start a new round. I will show it again. We just chain 3 and we insert our hook in the space and work a double crochet, chain 3. We don't count, we don't skip from the bottom now, we just work in every space. So this is the row that we're going to repeat, because the first row it was worked at the foundation, let's say on a foundation row, so it is different. Now it's a row to repeat, chain 3 and just work in next space a double crochet, chain 3, and we have reached here. As you can see, we have in front of us the point that we started. We made these slip stitches, and now we have worked a double crochet at last space, a chain 3, and count from this chain 6, 1 2 3, the third chain, and work a slip stitch to join. We have joined, and you can see nothing where the beginning is or the end of the row, and we are going to slip stitch, so we find we come to this middle point of this first space on the left. So slip stitch at first stitch, the same thing we did at previous row, I just sew again, and a second slip stitch. So we are again in the middle of a space, and we chain 3 for a double crochet and chain another 3 for a chain 3 space, and work here at next space a double crochet, and this is what we are going to repeat till the end. Very simple pattern. Chain 3, see clearly which is next space, work there in the space a double crochet, and this creates this beautiful pattern of, let's say, bricks, holes, and we work until we reach at the length we want, and after this I will show you how we are going to work this first row of double crochet. And let's say we have come to the length we want, and we're going to fill these spaces with double crochets. So in a way we are going to repeat the first row, and if we have 120 double crochets, then it is sure that in every row we had the same number of stitches, and now we're going to work the same thing. So I go back to the point where I just joined. Okay, I will join again, and let's say this is our last row. We insert our hook in third chain and join, and right after this I should work a chain 3. This is a double crochet, and it counts as a double crochet for double crochet of previous row. Here in the space we have a chain 3, so we have to work in the space 3 double crochets. It's a little bit mathematics, and it's easy. So in every space we are going to work 3 double crochets and a double crochet in the loop of double crochet that we see here to the left. So remember to work a double crochet when you see a double crochet, and right after in the space 3 double crochet, one next to the other. 1, 2, 3. So work this way till the end of the round. So I worked 3 double crochet in every space, and now I worked my last 3 double crochets, and I will join in third chain of initial chain 3, and I have worked another in the real bag. I have worked another 2 rows of half double crochet after this. I will not do this on camera because I want to show you how you continue. I will just show you, you just work half double crochet for 2 rows more, and then you should work this thing. This is, let's say, the upper part of your bag. You should decide where you will make your handles. So I skipped here to make my handle 18 stitches. Now to the miniature, this mini bag, I will make it smaller, this space. So let's say we want this opening for our handles. So I put a scrap of yarn here, and you should count the stitches from these two parts to find out that is the same amount of stitches, and then put your marker. And you should always count these in between stitches that we are going to skip, because we are going to make a chain here above these stitches to work as a handle. I skipped 18 stitches. I cut these so I have markers in 4 points. One, two, and this is, let's say I decide which will be the front and the back of my bag, and I'm going to work half double crochet till my marker. So one in every stitch, okay, and here, and I think I have one more here just before my marker. Then I'm going to skip all these stitches. It doesn't matter which number is this number of stitches. I want a big long handle, so for the real bag I chained 80 chains to make it this long. It depends if you want to make a handle of a handbag that you are going to hold like this with your hand, you can make less. I will make a number of stitches that just to show you what to do. If you work that much and you say, okay, this is enough for a handle, then stop. Be careful not to twist this chain, so chain this way and keep it straight, and take yarn over and go to the first stitch after your marker and work there a half double crochet. Or you may first want to slip stitch there, it's more safe. Then chain 2, so you begin a new round like this, and half double crochet next stitch. Okay, and continue till you reach the other marker. For to work the next the other handle, it is a difficult yarn this, because I think it's not worsted yarn. So I half double crochet. I already made this small first handle, and now I will reach my next space, which I'm going to skip, work another 2 half double crochets, and then I will chain the same number of chains that I have chained for the previous handle. Whatever you do, just write it down so you know. Don't you can always measure this, but it's better if you chain the same number of chains, and then don't twist the chain, go straight to the stitch after your marker, slip stitch there, So you begin again next row and chain 2 and half double crochet in every chain. I will see you when I reach the other point of my handle. At the end of the round we have a chain 2 before of us. Insert your hook after the last half double crochet in second chain and join, and again chain 2 to start a new round. And in this round we're going to, you can see, we will work on the foundation row. So half double crochet in every stitch, it's very easy part. Now we have made, let's say, the difficult part of chaining the handle, and insert your hook in every stitch. This is the last stitch of my row, and after this I have to work on the chain. Turn it so it's the front part of the chain that you see and not this back part. It doesn't really matters, but it will be a nicer work to work. Okay, in every chain half double crochet. You should make the same number of half double crochets as the chain you made. Again, the second round after this will be much more easier. If your chain twists, you can always turn it to the right side and then work in every stitch a half double crochet. So you can see that our handle has begun to be shaped, and you are going to work till you reach at the other part of the body. Just a moment. One more. And you are going to work the last half double crochet into the last chain, and then work at the second. You see, here is the chain 2 that we made when we have worked at this part of the bag. So half double crochet now in every stitch that you see, and that's all. So we have made this transition from this foundation chain to the body again, and then we do the same thing at the other part. We will work till this last stitch, then hold the chain as it should be to the right place and start working in every stitch of the chain, and then you are going to meet after last half double crochet. You are going to work in this second chain of chain 2 and work 2 or 3 rows more. That depends to you on how wide you want your handle to be. I'm going to work 3 or 4 rows, and I will show it to you at the end of this video.